I'll start recording now. Futures. So they're up right now. I haven't really paid attention to them. Let me see.
Yeah, no, but remember I asked you a little while ago if you agreed with me, just if we could see all-time highs. If we could break past 355, we might be seeing all-time highs in tomorrow.
Right. Let's see. Okay. I know for sure, in my
No,
opinion, that if Biden were to have won, because based on this action, if Biden, since he's here won already, so what I was expecting is pretty much a bullish move, because it's like it's what the American people are expecting at least, or what they want, right? And so I do believe in the reason that if Obama, this market has always been moving. Whoever has become president has always been up in an upward movement. When was this? 2008, the first year of Obama to the
you're looking at
president.
Bush's time. I think it's like 2012.
Didn't Obama started like in 2008 somewhere?
Oh, he did
Yeah,
start in '08, yeah.
yeah.
But I
So
think in '08 would not be a good example because we were in war at that time. Probably 2012 would
I know
be.
there was something going on with the virus on '08 as well that took a hit. There was a virus going on, same as COVID, but it wasn't as major. But I know
We were
it was hitting the market as well with that action.
we were also in really bad war by Iraq at that time too. That's why I said '08 wouldn't be the best example. Go to like 12. In 2012, the market really rallied for president.
No, but if he hasn't been gone, like if he hasn't has drama or like any type of thing going on, then the market seems to run strong. Like right now, the only thing that we having going on is COVID. But it seems like when we like peaceful days, he likes to move up. But for now, since the volatility that didn't bring, and based how many buyers are showing in these candles, I mean they're stronger because look, you see stronger candles. There's a lot of stronger volatility.
I saw it. That's the reason why I asked you because I wanted to pick up calls on your rate. But the thing is, I don't know why nobody, everybody sucks at chart reading, bro. Like they completely suck at it.
Yeah.
But
When
but
you
anyways, yeah. SP 500. The futures already opened up tonight. They opened up 40 minutes ago. They're already up. It SPY's basically at 354 right now.
yeah, I'm expecting at least a bullish market because it was running pretty good with Obama how he ended, and Trump, it was still running pretty good with Trump.
Yeah,
But the only reason, as you can see, we didn't reading advance after COVID, so a whole year we didn't move up again. We just stay in the struggling area. But that gave weekly at least a chance, like you gave weekly a chance to reset momentum. But
yeah.
look at
Just do a
weekly,
little pullback. I saw that.
this is
Like I'm telling
crazy.
you, only reason I came up with the idea that we might see all time highs was because that's a huge green can. Like that's a lot of
Yeah,
buyers that
this is a
came
lot
up.
of bars.
So I was like,
Definitely.
we might go to all time highs.
Yeah, we definitely should be able to go out times highs and then, run that 360 again, and then from there just probably run it a few more dollars and then pull back because
Yeah,
I know for sure this daily is going to pull back. It's gonna run it for sure. Probably stay up like this for a little while,
just
and
zip stacks.
then yeah, and then make a downtrend again. But the downtrend should be at least above, I believe. If it wants to keep running up, should stay above 330, 340 to keep running in even higher. If the
Yeah,
market's the wants to
just to do a
really
higher
run
level.
a full correction, right?
Watch Neo tomorrow. I'm on very, very confident terms saying that that's going to be going to 44 plus tomorrow. There's way too many dojis coming up, and the way it's pulling back with the dojis, I like it a lot. I positioned myself at 40 40 on I mean 40 56 when it pulled back on Friday.
So you're going for puts,
No, I'm going in for calls. I'm looking at like 44 plus into tomorrow.
but it looks at weekly. It should push some more because it's making a huge range in this area, and
Yeah.
it's showing that because it started from here, so that was around $18. And the problem is, brother, with this, you're gonna have to really make it, where it's so close to just go boom, like just drop, do a massive drop. So at the same time, it can be real dangerous. So in my opinion, it's not really good to stay too long on Neo based on this push. It should start having a reverse. You know, like people believe on Genius, like GNUS and other tickers when they just keep running and then they have PTs of $100 or they have, you know, like a certain PT that is so high and people expect it to get there. So they hold those contracts to then. And I
Oh no,
believe that
I didn't do that. Every time it would hit the high of the day, I mean like the high, like okay, so I had a trend on it, right? I
right.
basically had the targets on it. So like the first day when it ran to 39, I left at that point because my target was like 38 60s at that time. So but it pulled back to 35s and I was like, yo, this is holding my trend so perfectly right now. This shit's gonna bounce back to 39. So I get right back in at 35, and the next day it decides to run all the way to 42. I was like, all right, I'm not complaining right now. So then I was like, all right, I'm leaving. So now the next day, I'm like, all right, I already know, like, Fridays are always moving with low volume. So I'm like, all right, we're chilling. Like, I'll probably pick it back up. So I was like, all right, if this respects my trend, I know that 5 minute pullback should give me like 40 50s, 40 40s. So as soon as it hit like 40 56, I ended up like picking up a few more calls. So right now they're sitting in green. But I want to see if we could like open up high at the pre-market. Because I know it's gonna pull back during market open. I know 100%. But it's like it's following trend and it was doing like a nice symmetric triangle for me. So I was like, all right, it's only waiting for Biden's win. If Biden wins, they'll shoot it back up. Like they were just waiting for that's what I thought personally. But yeah, it was doing like a nice symmetric triangle. So I was like, all right, it's gonna try to break out on Monday if Biden ends up winning this president thing.
But what's the, you know, if Biden wins, what's bringing the interest in this ticker?
Because Biden has a lot of Biden, he's making the whole U.S. military into electric vehicles, and because Tesla's already like so up there, he was gonna go after like this Chinese company so he could get better relationships with China.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's the reason why it's been running up so much. Like that's literally the only
So
reason.
there's a lot of hype around it then.
You like, and do you not like the momentum or like the way it randomly pulls back every day? I was like, even the day when it hit 44, though, it pulled back all the way to 38 pre-market and then it came back up. Like the way that it pulled back to pre-market, I knew that it wanted to run back up. And watch tomorrow, we're gonna see 44 plus on it.
Yeah, but it looks you should be running. The problem is, you know, when it keeps stretching up, because
It
let's
keeps
see.
stretching up. Yeah, that's the problem. I'm not looking into, dude. Everybody's like, yo, let's go long on NIO, but I'm just like, it's so extended right now. It's only good for like short-term day trade plays. It's not even good to go long on it.
Right.
But
I mean, yeah, your contract should work, you know, since there's a lot of hype on it, but just be really careful because when people are keep expecting it, the momentum just, you know, changes, switches sides because it's just the interest of buyers or whoever. They just feel like they just is there is, you know, like if they make their money, they're not gonna stay too long, especially if they're attacking it too high already. And then based on the momentum here, this weekly is
it's
pretty
definitely getting
scary
extended. Yeah, it's getting extended.
because
I'm just looking
whenever.
for one.
Right,
Yeah.
because you know I noticed. Have you noticed that whenever I alerted that we traded it, I think it was Monday, we traded the 31 fall, and it was exactly how I kind of predicted it. And you know, I was like, okay, hey, Neo's gonna have the potential to drop, and it was here when it was, you know, it had the potential to drop to fail. And I even mentioned it a couple like 3 times, and I was like, the only level that we're looking for it's under 32. And it did exactly under 32. Look what it did the next the same day into the next day, just recovered. And then I was
And,
like, man, I nailed that. I was like, God, I
and
left that in time.
and you know what's crazy? I did the exact same thing 2 days after. When it hit 39, I picked it right back up at 35. Look,
Yeah,
go 2 days ahead.
I think it was this
And
one,
the same,
right?
yeah, right there. So
Yeah,
right there,
boom.
35.82, 35.82. It kept doing higher lows. It was just respecting my trend. I was like,
Right.
you know what? This is moving on high volume. I have to get in on this. So picked up 35.82. Next day in the morning runs up to like 39. And then midday, it just breaks out like crazy.
Yeah, it did pretty good. Like me, I'm not gonna lie. I attack high times fine. I mean high times, high frames or you know, like I like attacking them, base holding them, stuff like that. But whenever he starts getting really heat up, I just like avoiding the whole
Yeah,
picture,
no,
you
I get
know?
it. But
It's like,
actually, let me tell
man,
you how crazy it is. Even if Neo pulls back $3, their puts are going to garbage. That's how bad it is. Because I've been keeping track of the puts because I want to see where all the IVs going to, and the puts have been completely getting trashed every day. Yeah, Tesla's not moving that much for some reason. Like I have like no attention on it at the moment. It's just been moving so slow.
Yeah, it's moving so slow, but it's also look like it's
It's ready to break out soon. Yeah, it's ready to
yeah,
do
it's
that
like
5 minutes.
it's doing blue flag.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I take out these pictures here, there's so many lines, man, from our history, just me attacking it.
I know, yo.
But
I think Webull finally fixed it. They let you delete all the lines for good this time.
no, I can take it off as if that whenever I take them off, I cannot
Put them back on.
put them back on. Yeah, but I
Yeah,
can
they're
just take off
annoying.
the whole view. The point is, it's making like a nice little blue flag here, and he seems to want to break up into another move, but it's gonna take time. Overall, if the market is bullish, it's gonna want to run bullish. But like I say, this daily, eh, it's a little scary because it's looking by
Yeah,
a lower, like a lower high. So that could end up being, either if he holds, it's gonna run a higher high.
it's gonna. Yeah, if it pulls back, it's probably gonna keep getting rejected at that zone.
Right.
Nah,
So
I'm
I
not, bro. I'm
mean,
not interested in Tesla anymore. Like ever since Neo started popping, the Neo moves like 4 times the amount Tesla does, and their contracts are like quarter the price.
right. Okay, so the people that are here now,
Oh
we're
yeah,
gonna start off
fully.
based on what the market is pretty much predicting here, what is coming up, and for everyone that's here, let's just pretty much jump into the market, and then we're gonna jump into how I found my swings. I think I got some pretty good swings, and basically, like and on holding potential for what happened last week swings. We actually had I posted four. Three of them ran profit, and one of them is still holding potential, but it still should be in profit if you would have tacked it how it was. All than that, our swings has been spot on as well. We have shown, like that it runs profit in at least in the week coming up or in the 2 weeks, but most of them they have been running profit, based on the momentum of intraday. And then with the market being bullish, that helps the tickers I alert push as well. Just know that if we have like a based on drama or based on anything, and then the market tanks, and then you're trying to attack the ticker in a bullish, way, that ticker could take it could get affected. But overall, the point is that if momentum is pushing, it should be able to hold. Uh, PGX, the voice chat is in the it's in BAP. So when it came to the swings, the trick here is, guys, most times people believe that, like I said, you find BAP trade channel. Okay, there it goes. That you find your tickers based on the screener. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I get happy and sometimes because I have put in my work. I put in work when it comes to saving my tickers. I don't know how some of you guys or girls, do the whenever you put your tickers in a watch list. How do you guys get rid of it? Do you completely get rid of it, or do you keep it to for some time later if they want to pop up again? I'm a I'm a mute them because I'm hearing noise. But so when it comes to me and me finding the ticker that I want, like I said, I go pretty much to my all potential tickers, all stocks. And as you can see here, this is my collection that I've been collecting through all my trading career. And I started at a certain point. It's been months ago. So I have, I'm talking about probably have thousands of tickers here. But they're not tickers that all of them are over $10 or they're over $20. I try to keep at least under 10. If I see nice movements or if I traded this ticker, probably did $2 movements in a time period of whatever time, and I traded it that and I'm done with it, I do not get rid of it. Just this is something that I always kind of remind everyone. I keep the tickets to myself. I post it into my own watch list because, for example, if I wanted to go over here and I look at tickers, let's go to top gainers, what did yesterday, and I'm gonna find what moved yesterday, but let's just say the results are not gonna be the same. It's just gonna be, like it's just gonna be whatever pushed the day of Friday. Another is, your personal screener. You go to screener, free trial, blah, blah, you find yours, which works. And if you find some of them, you get the results that you get, but you don't get the same results as having or looking into, having your own collections. So we're gonna go back here. And like I said, I start pretty much collecting every single ticker that I trade. If tomorrow I open up my pre-market watch list, I collect them, and then when it comes to market opens, which is 8:30 Central Time to me, and I take off whatever I'd added in pre-market. So, for example, we're gonna go back here to pre-market gainers. You're gonna notice that I have a collection here already. So what I do is I clear this out. I also clear here the yesterday ads. My yesterday ads is pretty much how I organize my tickers here, and I want you to kind of help you, so you can start kind of having an idea for you to organize and keep an eye to things, because if sometimes something doesn't move today, they can end up moving tomorrow. That's what is yesterday's ad, so I can keep an eye of what happens yesterday. Even if something moved, for something pushed yesterday, and I'm trying, and it's not pushing in pre-market, but I want to keep an eye, and then I keep it on yesterday's ad to make sure that all I got to do is flip the page, and then I got a yesterday's ad to make sure that I'm keeping eyes on what moved. And that's how you see, TLRRY, Crone, what was the other one, ACV, all these tickers. I re-alerted them the next day because I kept them, by yesterday's ad. So what I'm saying is, when it comes to pre-market, this is where I start off in my morning routines. I come and I go into yesterday's ad, and then I take off whoever I don't want anymore. I move it down to the watch of all stocks, which is right here. And so, I get rid of it, I put it in there. And when I come into pre-market and I move everyone that's here, because this is what I traded Friday and this is what my interest is from Friday, what I do is I pretty much click all of them, and then I move them into yesterday's ad. I cleaned this one up already, and then I'm adding new tickers that ran me Friday into Monday for yesterday's ad. So what I'm saying is, I'm always keeping these tickers in track, right? And this is why I'm able to multitask. The reason being, I'm not always looking for things in different areas, right? I'm not trying to be everywhere. I try to keep it to where it's easier for me to find things, because if you complicate yourself, especially when it comes to the market, you will confuse yourself pretty much. You're gonna confuse yourself when it comes to trying to trade something, trying to find something, trying to see something, and just so many things that happen here. So someone tag me. Oh, I think he's able to hear it now. Okay, and so when it comes to like in the morning, I was going over my watch list that I wanted to go over, and find out. And like I said, all these tickers did not come. Like, most of these tickers that I alert that do a lot, real good pushes, and most of these tickers, like as you saw, that we alerted Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, we were hitting massive, massive profit in these runs. Especially because you have to understand, when I alert something, it breaks down into different divisions, right? You go into different ride, you did 1 minute reset, or you wait for certain levels, higher high, or potential for you to dip. It just depends how I'm breaking it down. But if you dip and ride, most of this time, as you noticed, I look for big moves. At the same time, looking for big moves is also respecting, depending on the risk that it is, right? Sometimes it can be 30 cents risk, sometimes it can be 20 cents risk. It just all depends where the price is at and how it is. Because if you waited for a certain level to come and hit, you're gonna miss the overall move. Because, like, if I give a support risk of 920 and the ticker's trading at 940, my best, potential to see is this ticker not to hit 920. Is actually to stay above 935, 940. But if I want to dip that and the risk is 920, I'm still going to probably just potentially dip with the market order in and just write the 920 risk. And as you know, most of the times I put as risk, which is let me see, go back here. I put risk as in, previous day low, day and then or that pre-market low. That's just ideas of plan, right? Whenever I alert tickers, they usually the pre-market low, the previous day low, because if you think about it, when there's an uptrend going on here, it needs to be risky, depending what happened the prior day. So and especially in momentum. So this is Crone. And as you can see here, Crone, we alerted this ticker to run up when was the day? Thursday. And then it did us the 7 dip 766 to run 662, and the next to pop into a continuation. Whenever we alerted, as you see, it held the pre-market, I mean the higher low, it held the pre-market low to push some more. So what I'm saying is most of the interest here comes from based on interest and how I'm keeping things organized. So if you're organized and you keep your things on check, it's faster for you to navigate between things, especially when it comes to what type of broker you're using. How is your chart looking? Because the more confusion your chart looks and the more lines, I'm talking about, like I seen you know some charts that it has a heck of a lot of lines, and you have someone calling me. You have like 5 6 EMAs or EMA lines, and I'm not against that, but like my honest opinion, that will confuse your mind because you have so many lines to depend on. And sometimes when it comes to EMA and all that, it will give you nice trend breaks and nice trend potentials. But at the same time, most of the times, if you're not reading the candles, the price action, and momentum, you're going to be late to things. So whenever you want to have a clear picture of view, especially when it comes to candle reading, because candle reading is important. And if you have like 5 6 EMAs, what that price action is doing is dancing between those EMAs. So, or dancing above, and you have so many lines at the bottom depending for you to hold. So you go from one, okay, you should hold the next, depending on to going to the next, and then okay, you should hold the third one, and so on. You giving chances to all these lines to hold. And the same way when it goes up, you're giving chances for this, like, okay, this one should break, the next one should break, and the next one should break. It's why when I trade, I like having a nice, support resistance and the uptrend, downtrend in between, because it helps me to give it direction that if he wants to run the high, he's gonna have the nice uptrend in between towards the high. If he wants to draw, I mean, go down a lower low, he's gonna build that uptrend position and so on in the chart in between. So I can have a picture clear. Because when it comes to EMAs and all that, just know that price action, buyers and sellers, it's what's important here. It's not, sometimes EMA is going to change pretty quick. If price action follows, EMAs ain't gonna catch up to that. It's just gonna start downtrending potentially. But you have to use your momentum, because sometimes, most time, momentum, it's where how you starting, predicting pricing, especially high time frames. If you stay in lower time frames, you're gonna have a hard time reading potential when it comes to for the day, and for the week, for the month, or so on, depending on how you're trading. So whenever we're trading here, we trade day traders, right? I've seen intraday traders. I'm also a swing trader. So what I'm saying is, different time frames explain different things. So when it comes to potentially knowing what he wants or what he wants to do, you have to accept that you have to go up in time frames. So for example, today, let me go back where I started off. Remember how I was mentioning, I move tickers around, I go from one to keep myself organized. So when it came to me finding my tickets today, and how I've been finding in most of these runners that have been running our days and our swings, I start off from my list. This is my list of stocks, and it's not a screener. It's not it's not what Webull was giving me. It's what I've been collecting, and it's pretty much my work. And then I kind of, I feel good sometimes about it, because I know that other people are not gonna find these tickers, because this is what I've been collecting, right? So what I do is I change my percentage for the day, and you can see, look, I got so many results. It go from just 2 cent hop, you get all this, and it's just amazing choosing, because you can just keep going up, and you have all these options. You can see most of them, look, $2, 17 cents, $6, and then I rarely keep anything that's above 20 or above 15. Only if it does dollar movements. Those are the ones that I keep, because I'm not gonna keep something that only does 30 cents, and that's just in for, especially something that's $12 to do only 30 cents. Yeah, I'm not really interested in that if I'm going real heavy, right? But most of the times, I want to make sure that this ticker at least does a dollar run for me to be interested in trading it. So while So what I'm saying is, when it comes to pretty much what I did today, this is my collection. As you can see, I keep going up, and the percent is barely moving, but 1% because I have a lot of tickers here. But at the same time, I got options, and based on my experience, I mean, whenever the ones that you're gonna see posted today, they're pretty, like I said, pretty good tickers that shoot pop nice runs. But at the same time, they were found from here, and then they were found as soon as I started. Like my first four, boom, I was already like finding some good potentials, good dips. So we're gonna start right here. This is one, right? KMPH, 1%, but we're gonna see where it's sitting. That's just based on interest of what you're looking for. So we're gonna go to daily. And you can see it's actually sitting in a nice uptrend position. You have 1%. 1% means that the day did not trade it much, but at the same time, it should be either in an uptrend or downtrend. Because if it doesn't trade much, right, it means that wasn't a lot of action in the day, but it's either sideways to consolidating. Consolidating means usually stay in the same spot for the day, so the next day can run it up or higher high. So far, this ticker is in a bullish movement, so it's a pretty good ticker. Let's see if we investigate it a little bit more. Weekly is downtrending, but you can see there's a lot of buyers in this area, so it's a good interest ticker. 4 hours is it's pretty much in heat, and so if you keep let's see Monday, so it's sitting in a nice consolidation, and it's also sitting in an uptrend. Based on this daily, I'm a little late, so this is not something that I want to kind of trade up. But what I'm saying is, you can see it's a nice uptrend. Even this one, if I were to go to daily, you can kind of tell, right? I'm finding real nice ones with supports, buyers. Look at this one. Daily's barely pushing. This is showing to want to push at least 481, and it's sitting at 461. And if I wanted to trade, let's see weekly. Weekly's an uptrend as well. And I'm not really focused in the price action here. I'm more focused in the momentum because most of the times that's where I need to see is if you have a downtrend momentum, yeah, while you're gonna trade a downtrend momentum, you're about to trade a downtrend potential. So overall, if I keep going, you're gonna see, if I keep going down, I'm gonna find nice supports and resistance. This is already a downtrend break, and it's already showing a reverse potential, and it's already so far the third one. Three real nice ones that we so far. As you can see here, you already just broke downtrend. So and then it's at the previous support. So this could mean, um yep, it definitely can mean a downtrend break. You see how these buyers are right now? And he's showing a potential at least to run with 605. It could run at least 640. That is the idea, right? But the higher high or the previous high, it's $7. So because this was multiple tests here, and there's another test of here of 770. But the looks of it, it just broke downtrend. So this is showing that it could end up pushing Monday, Tuesday into an uptrend of 640. And that's just the second one. I mean, the third one that we found. And if I keep looking, you're gonna see how easy I'm finding these tickers. Look, we got another one at nice support with the daily. Yep, daily at on reset, and it's already showing an uptrend. Let's see where weekly is at. It's also showing a support, but there's sellers on it. So I'm just kind of breaking down how tickers. Whenever you start finding things, if anyone has any questions, please type it down so we can help us. Improve you in any type of confusion that you might have as well. I'll give here now. Okay, now we have this one. Let's see what this was with the daily. Yep, this is sitting in the Zoom link. The Zoom link is on the BAP, but let me post it. Let me give it to you again real quick. I'll post it here. So, oh, it's on this one. Okay. Okay, we're gonna put it right here so we can so you can have it. It's right there. That should be taking you there. So as you can see, most of the times I am looking through my own watch. Even this one, it's a nice uptrend. Daily is an uptrend. Let's see where weekly is on a reset. So this thing can push some more. And based on the range, it's trading at 90. The previous high is 120, and it is trading at $1. That is already showing that it wants to at least push an uptrend of 107 into 118. But it looks at the price action here and the momentum. Let's see 4 hours. 4 hours is still pushing an uptrend. And what I mean by uptrend is, right, I mean, most of the times I don't need to draw the trends. to know that it's an uptrend based on experience. Because sometimes it's anyone knows when you get better at something, you sometimes you don't even need to do things to react, right? So right now you can say this is an uptrend. If we go to a lower time frame, you can start breaking the downtrend into into a better view. So he's doing bottom wicks, higher lows, and it's trading 99. Is doing 92, 98. So in at least in the 98 area, where it's a nice risk of 92 to potentially run a higher high of 120. Okay, I'm accepting your guys into 120. So let's go back. Let's keep looking, and then see. Look, this is another one that's in an uptrend. You see, this is a nice showing of buyers, even a reset of daily. And based on the action, we're gonna try to break it down here and put our trends and supports and resistance. So you can see how sometimes you can come out even has the gap fill potential. So we're gonna put our risk, or previous low here of 245, and we're gonna put a higher low here of 282, and it's an uptrend of potential of a higher high. But what I mean by higher high is the higher high is not going to be really the just one test. It's going to be the area. So it's going to be at 346 to 360. So it's 355. But based on the potential here, it's showing that the weekly, because remember, daily reset it at 242, and our next reset is the higher low of 289. So, but but it looks at momentum, and what the momentum wants is looking for a higher high. And this is just like I said, this is just plans that are coming up. How easy you can find things if you want to trade something. Even this one, it's just dying off pretty quick. And let's see where it's, yeah, this is gonna be like a random pop. And, it's to average slowly in and just for just one random pop to go boom. And or any after hours or PM pop. But those are just random. You won't even know, you won't even know when to expect the pop. Just that it can do a random pop. So based on this one, like we even got another one here, which is weekly. And this one, like I said, you see how easy I'm finding all these tickers. And this is just my fifth I'm going in. But if you wanted to make plans, like trading something, you can easily make plans to trade something. So we're gonna try see here how this one or how far this one can go. And we're just drawing our trends and support here so you can have an idea, where to draw it or how to draw it. And when it comes to downtrend, supported resistance, you have many ways. It just all depends how you want to do it or how your lines is respected, how many times your lines is respected, and so on. So based on this action, on the bottom that's happening now, it should at least push, which is sitting on 1025. And if the market runs a bullish, know that this ticker should be running more bullish. So this one is showing already potential into 750, but he doesn't have a big range. He's looking like the higher heights, $11. Watch it, yeah, $11. So if we're looking into trading this ticker, just know that all you're gonna probably be getting is like 40 cents. So if you want it, you take it. If you don't, you move on. And this is another one that's happening now, which is this one sitting in buyers randomly, just waiting to pop based on the action that's happening now. Yep, this is it looks like it's a reverse split action, and by the looks of it, this reverse split is looking to run a higher high as well. And trust me, there I've seen some reverse splits that do run higher highs based on the hold that they're doing after the reverse split, or sometimes they don't even this is not the higher high, by the way. This is the higher high, this area. We're gonna put it here because it's trading that he wants to go 785, and he's looking for at least $8, 830. I'm seeing someone's yeah, someone's Discord. We saw someone's Discord, I think. Couldn't tell who it was. But okay, so potentially here what I'm saying is, as you can see, if I were to make plans, and most of these tickets are not coming even off my watch list, right? They're coming off my own collection. They're coming off my own collection. So we're gonna run down here, and we're gonna keep moving down. Now, if I'm interested into some, into a bigger push, if I can keep going days, as you can tell, with just finding potentials. Because even this one, as you can tell here, even this one, as you can tell, Chico, yeah, I think what's going on with your Discord, brother? I think you probably yeah. Okay, we're gonna click here, but as you can see, this wasn't even an uptrend, and it's showing an uptrend position that it should, Monday it should push more, and it's looking for a 356. Now this one I like because it has an uptrend, and he also has a nice range. And based on the action, let's see what it did Monday. I mean, I'm sorry, Friday. Oh wow, that thing ran. So yeah, I think we're late on that. Yeah, the thing massively run. But what I'm saying is you ran and it can still show potential for more. So Monday it would be nice to probably dip. So what I'm saying is, see, let's see. Yep, Monday should at least dip 320. And if it wants to dip hard, it will dip hard. So it's a good idea to catch the dip wherever it wants to dip at and average into the dip to obviously do what? A reverse. Because most of this ticket, remember I mentioned, hey, this ticket has potential to reverse. The reason is because I'm looking at a higher time frame. If higher time frame is still bullish and it's showing potentially bullish and I know where it dips, just know that intraday buyers that came from the ticker from far off, they're gonna want to dip every single dip to want push some more. So what I'm saying is, based on this action, as you can see here, this is just a fifth one or so on and so on that we found. It's an uptrend and it has a higher high of we're gonna put it here of 359. So by the looks of it, it can run 330, 340, but potential is there to run more. So this is, like I said, is the fifth one. We're just going over what we can, how easily you can find things. And because many people ask, about screeners or well, how can you find tickers? Anything like that, but just know that it requires experience or not even experience or how how you collecting things, because even this one, it's sitting in a nice pop, but the candles and all that, it just you got to move on. Oh, actually no, it's sitting in a nice support. This already a nice uptrend and it's ready to pop by the looks of it, because look, this is a nice uptrend. We're gonna ride giant trend lines. And what I like about this one, you see how weekly, I mean, 4 hours is not too off. I mean, sorry, weekly is not too far off the D, which is K, is not too far off D, and it's showing the potential here to keep pushing. So what I'm saying is, if it shows close potential here, if it's showing close potential, and the momentum hasn't stretched up much, and look RSI, even RSI has room to run heat. So what I'm saying is this ticker has the potential for soon. If you keep this on watch or if you want to trade this ticker, it's actually at a good spot to trade because it's looking to run. And this is, it's a real cheap ticker and it's trading at 20 cents. This one it's been dying up for days. So a pop is meant to happen here soon. And buyers are coming in now. So based on the support, and if you look at it, daily sitting on the reset, and guess what happened? Guess what's daily doing right now? It's pushing an uptrend. It did it before, which it didn't run heat, but it ran the 31 into 40, about 10 cents. It had done it before when it had done 32 into 53. So what I'm saying is the daily likes to react and likes to pop. And by the looks of it, we have our lower low. We're showing resets. 4 hours is showing an uptrend and for daily reset. And so we go back to what is this? Why is there something going on in my screen sometimes? Like people getting my screen or something and start drawing weird stuff. But as you can see, let me see weekly's at. And weekly, look at this weekly. See, this is just ready to go boom. So we're gonna, yep, this is ready to go boom. Dragon Doji as well. And he likes to pop random, right? And then based on this action, it's showing a nice potential here to run up 21 and then run up into 25. But a long-term position here, it's nice, that it's coming up because you have 18 as risk. It's not far off 20. And if he wants to run 25, you're risking about 1 cent and a half to make 5, 6 cents profit. So what I'm saying is it's pretty good because the weekly, I mean, the momentum is not too stretched And what I mean by that, and this is what how I've been finding this positive this pushes, is because the momentum is not stretched too much, it's not far off, and it's not showing that huge pop that stretched the momentum into an uptrend pop. Then it's showing the potential that we're not. I mean, it hasn't done our pop yet, and we we can be sitting in a nice spot that it can be doing the pop when we're inside. So what I'm saying is, based on this ticker, it's showing a nice because even in a downtrend break, right? If you draw your downtrend, we're gonna do. I mean, do a downtrends here. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's this, but it's showing in my screen, and I did not draw that. Okay, what was I gonna do? What was I gonna? Okay, the downtrend. I was gonna draw a downtrend. We'll put the downtrend here. As you can see, there's a downtrend. It's already a downtrend break. A reset buyer is showing in the 4 hours. 4 hours is a strong intraday. It means that it can continue its run into $25. And remember, there's the six tickers. We found about four with potential, two or three that we didn't like, and so on. And this is just what's happening in the action. I'm also focusing on what's happening here. This is showing me if it's this, it didn't have no action whatsoever on Friday, right? Because look at it. I'm gonna go back here. See, it had no action whatsoever on Friday. But if you have nice run-ups, nice volume push, this means that this ticket, for example, we're gonna just run this one, and based on the action that happened Friday, it has good potential to potentially run intraday, right? And we're gonna go down what it did Friday. Remember, this action is showing to me that he actually did and it run profit, and it's showing that it did a 19 cents change on Friday. So we're gonna go back down. We're gonna see what Friday did, and look what Friday did. Remember, I didn't even show you this yet. And by the looks of it, it did a nice run on Friday. And it went from dipping 746 to 784. That's about 40 cents. Now we're gonna go back and we're gonna see our intradays. I'm liking this because the recovery is showing that there's an intraday interest in this, and it should be an uptrend position, or it should be uptrending at this very point. Well, it's not uptrend, but it's showing uptrend here. Oh, I like this too because huge buyers and resets. That's already showing an uptrend and a potential of a higher high. So we're gonna draw our uptrend one here. And the reason this is an uptrend and it's looking like that is because it seems that weekly is an uptrending as well. And we're gonna do this. We're gonna put it like this, and we're gonna draw a downtrend position here. Our higher low is going to be with the held of 745 because this is where it's showing the hold 754, 751, 760, and 746. So our potential here at least should be at least 740, or to wait for the resets to correct. It's struggling, but it's an uptrend. It's in a huge uptrend and potential of recovery. So this is based on this action. If you wanted to attack this ticker, this could be like a tight position trend or like a tight idea, right? And it's showing potential buyers here because it's strong 1, 2, 3, 4 candles and the selling that's happening, but it's not breaking a lower low. There's sellings, there's more buyers, and he's actually heavy selling, but it's not breaking a lower low. It's just showing that there is showing potential in this ticker to keep running an uptrend or to potentially run a higher high in the coming week or days. Because remember, we're looking at a daily time frame here, and we're looking at a weekly time frame. We're looking at a 4 hours time frame. So we're expected to run profit in the coming days, and based on that, since daily is resetting, we're gonna see where 30 minutes is at. It seems to have run profit. So the next idea is to wait on another 30 minutes reset to potentially dip the ticker. 4 hours is pushing, is not too far off, and it's starting to push barely now. So 30 minutes could end up giving you a higher low, potentially dip for you to dip into a push of a higher high. We're gonna fix our candles here, and as you can see, this is the area of interest, 746. So a dip into 746 or so on, for a run into $8, based on the interest of buyers, right? So we're gonna go back here again, and this is gonna go over one more, and this is another one, QTT. As you can see, it did an uptrend. And then I'm looking at this ticker because uh, uptrend. Let's see how it finished off. We're gonna watch on weekly. Oh, just like I said, I haven't even checked the price action yet, but I'm liking the daily. It's showing an uptrend position now, and we're gonna see where it's sitting now. Let's fix our candles here so we can see where the candles are how. Yep, that's a nice uptrend position, and it's continuation as well. So this is eight of seven tickers that I've shown you, but now let's break this one down. Downtrend break. There goes a downtrend break, right? You got a daily resist. I mean, a daily reset that is showing potential to push some more, and you got your risk of 210 because that is what the momentum reset it at, and you have the potential of a higher high, which is 260. 260, it's sitting at 235 now. Let's go to 4 hours. 4 hours showing the potential to push more because it's just downtrend breaking. So if daily, showing potential and 4 hours is sitting, in a pushing momentum, then it's showing the potential to keep pushing some more. This is another good example ticker that it should push an intraday into at least 250, 255, 260 if the bullish market continues. So what I'm saying is when it comes to planning and stuff like that, it's always good to keep your tickers and to collect your tickers. Do not get rid of them. At the end of the day, you're gonna go back. Like I said, one day they're not gonna be pushing, but the next day they should. And if I keep scrolling back, I can go from red to green and so on and so on. Like this one, this one did a nice pop on Friday. Let's see what it did here. Oh no, it actually, yeah, it did a nice pop on Friday. It should be consolidating at a support. And this is ready to pop again. This is kind of like a CVAT action. It's downtrending and it should build an uptrend position soon. Yep, it's already showing the buyers the potential here. Oh no, this can't even make a downtrend. So we're gonna see where it's 4 hours is at. Oh yeah, that's a nice push into an uptrend coming up. But weekly still showing potential for more down. Nope, no good. Oh, layaway. I remember layaway used to be a good ticket that we. Oh, layaway is a nice one right now. That's on a nice support here. You can see here the area multiple the handles hold. We're gonna go back here on weekly to see what weekly. Yep, it should be able to pop at least an up move of 560. Let's see what 4 hours is at. It's at a nice support hold. This is the support hold of 440. And we're gonna fix our candle so you can have a better picture of what we're looking at here. A lot of dojis hold. And as you can see, when it likes to, hold a certain level, it likes to pop. Just so many lines. If he likes holding a nice level, he likes to pop. So what I'm saying is, based on this hold that's happening now, this is showing a nice potential of a $5 up movement because it's 5490 sitting at 461, and the potential here of daily reset, and it's already showing an uptrend movement. Just know that it's still sitting at a support, and based on this price action, there's a good chance that this thing can run $5 into 520, run it for 2 days or run it one day, and then like your profit and so on and so on. But based on this potential, it's showing a nice support hold and for a potentially higher high. And all these tickers, it's to dip Monday or Tuesday and let them run profit when they do. So as you can see, I was finding all these tickers just off my watch list. And like there goes these ones I've been pushing. And if you keep looking, this is the action that I usually focus and what it did percentage and how much it changed. So when I keep looking at them, I keep looking for ones like this one. CPH probably didn't move much, but it's showing. Even this one showed a nice support hold. The only problem here is, let's see, weekly probably downtrending. Nope, weekly's ready to pop again as well, and it's showing high volatilities. What I'm saying by high volatility is huge high movements here in this price action. Give me 1 second. Okay, and then it's showing already a support, but this one's to potentially average in, so you can run a nice up movement. And based on this action here, this is kind of like for you to start averaging in slowly, or just dip and ride for a potential of a higher high. Let's see. When you average in positions as well, I want you to understand that you don't just, ride it. You got to look into lower time frames like 30. 30 minutes is sitting on heat. So the next one reset, that's where you should be dipping at. So, you should respect and run heat again and probably even run your profit when it corrects itself in the momentum. And let's, anyone has any questions, can you please, always make sure to ask me in chat. And this is another one. Let's see where this one's sitting. Nope, it's sitting a little messy. But daily is an uptrend. It's looking for a higher high as well. 318, 299. That's not bad. I like it. Oh yeah, look at weekly. Beautiful week. Oh yeah, this weekly is nice. Which one is this one? KR. We're gonna go over this last one and we're gonna start streaming here. So if you have any questions after this, please type it down now. This is a weekly uptrend. What I mean by a weekly uptrend is this is a weekly push, right? It should take at least a month for to get a higher high level, and a higher high will be that. Oh, there's two questions in chat. Where's my thing? It's not showing me chat. Okay, give me 1 second. Where's the? Not showing me that I got questions in here. Huh, that's weird. Not showing me. Oh, okay, there it goes. Yep, there's two chats. Okay. What does it mean when you say attack the 1 minute reset or something familiar? Okay, when I mean by 1 minute reset or something familiar, it's how you are attacking things. It's when we're looking for an uptrend position, the uptrend pushes, you start attacking. Oh, give me 1 second. Okay, so what I mean by 1 minute reset, whoever asked that, I think was okay, yeah. Thailand. I mean, based on the action that's happening or how you attacking things. So, for example, a CNDL. This is a ticket that we alerted on Friday. And when I mean, attack 1 minute resets, it's based on how you're attacking things. Like I'm explaining to you that you should attack 30 minutes resets or so on and so on for 4 hours or a daily push. That is the potential to start attacking the 30 minutes resets. So if I'm looking at a ticket that should have the potential to run for the day, the safest way for you not to get stuck into a fade is to attack the 1 minute reset. At the same time, it's to help you not to dip in too much if it doesn't go your way, but at the same time to keep control how much you're going in. Because sometimes you can be in at least, like me, I trade per ticker. I don't put in my 50% or I don't put in no 20%. What my position into the ticker is between I'm sorry, between 3% to 8%. The reason I said 3% to 8% is because when you're dipping tickers or when you average and dip into the 1 minute reset, you average and dip by 1% till the ticker pushes the heat. If the ticker pushes the heat and you only in 3%, that 3% runs to profit. You lock your 3%, whatever profit you make, and then you exit. So if you're in and you attack, and this ticker gave you so many different opportunities because he held, for example, LPTX. Let's go back to LPTX. This was a good example of what it did Friday. So we're gonna go back here. This one was alerted on Friday at a market open. If you know market opens, it's here. This whole action happened until it popped, right? So we're gonna back to 1 minute resets. And what I mean by 1 minute resets, it's how you attacking things, how you averaging in. So if you're attacking a ticker or trading it, it depends how how I alerted. So if I said dip and ride, you dip and ride the potential. But if I said 1 minute dipping, 1 minute recent dips, then you dip those 1 minute resets because the idea is, not to get caught in the selling, but also to have an idea to start going in till it runs you a higher high. So what I mean, like I was explaining, when I said 3% to 8% is because how much you're in already till it runs you profit. And most people are like, oh no, I only dip 5%. Only did 5%. So are you the type of person that dips that 5% and then you just let it run, up or down? So what I'm saying is that's a dip and ride. Whenever you dip and you risk the low that I'm giving you, and you expect an upward movement, what the potential is. So we're gonna go back here to 1 minute recent on LPTX, and you're gonna see how many opportunities are be given here to dip. Especially, if you wanted to start off on this ticker, when it first alerted was around this area. So, it's not your dipping opportunity yet, but it's your dipping opportunity coming up. So this is one here. 1 minute reset, it's whenever the momentum, the FETSO resets exactly what a 30 minutes does, right? It goes down, it goes back up. Same thing what a 4 hours does. Sometimes, not all tickers are gonna have the same pattern. Yeah, what I mean by that is when you start dipping, let me example right here. You start dipping the 1 minute resets. I'm gonna give you two tickers as an example. The ones I ran Friday. This is one. Remember how I was mentioning when it resets, it's when momentum goes down as in a wave, meaning what it does this up and down, up and down, up and down. Like just know that momentum moves as in wave. Price action follows. Price action falls. I mean, momentum falls. Price action falls. And the important key is how momentum holds, like it's going down, and where price action is at. Momentum gives you your higher lows, your higher highs, your lower lows, your lower highs, and so on and so on. Because if momentum goes down and resets fully to the floor and it's not at the same level again, and it's actually a higher level, that is showing the potential to run a higher high. And it's just based, how well momentum holds, meaning price action. When price action falls down, most times, or your plan is for the price to hold while this thing resets, so you can run a higher high. So what I mean is, when you're resetting, you're dipping 1 minute's potential dips, you dip in the action that's happening here, because if daily's pushing upwards position or movement on upward, your idea is that if it doesn't do it throughout midday, it wants to do it either the end of day or after hours. So when it comes to potentially dipping 1 minute's reset, let's go back here. Like I said, this is one. This is a dip reset. Remember, a wave one, and you wait for the next one, even if it's around the same level. This is another one. Why is it this was another one? Because this is a lower low. You want to be a higher low or a lower low to dip, your averaging. You don't want to dip every single or when it's in between. You want to make sure that it's a one higher low or a lower low. The reason is because that's how the market works. That's how the market moves. It moves higher lows, makes higher highs, and so on and so on. When it comes down, it makes lower lows, and it makes lower highs. And then makes another lower low, and so on and so on. And it's the same way when it goes up. It makes higher lows, higher highs, and so on and so on. So what I'm saying is, when you dip in things, you either dip in at a higher low or you're dipping at a lower low. This is one. This is another one, and it's gonna be messy here in a second, but I'm gonna explain you why it's important to dip and how it's important to move different time frames. And this is another one here. Now, this is 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%. 1% per average in. So far, I've done 5%, and what it did on that 5%, it ran the profit. So the 5% that I'm in, that's my profit take. So now let's go back. Remember how this is a little messy, right? But if you dip in an overall high time frame potential, the idea here is to dip the 1 minute reset because you're focusing on a higher time frame potential. And the idea of a higher time potential is to hold pre-market or previous day low, as I was mentioning about an hour ago. So we're gonna go back to the 5 minutes, and this is where the main picture comes in of a clear picture for you to dip. Remember, I was showing you 1 minute reset. Not all the time needs to be, okay, if I say 1 minute reset, it's because, the potential should be running upward movements and zigzags, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and until, it keeps making higher highs. So what I'm saying is, remember how 1 minute was a little messy? You get your, was a little messy here. You're not going to have your nice little, resets here because it's zigzagging a messy way. But who you use if you want a clear picture, you can even move up to a 2 minutes. You see how 2 minutes has a clear picture? You can even move up to a 3 minutes. 3 minutes have a way clear picture. So what I'm saying is, if you notice that I was attacking the 1 minute resets, guess what 3 minutes was at? 3 minutes was resetting. There was one reset, another reset, and it runs a high. Now let's go back to 5 minutes. 5 minutes does another reset, another reset. This is, remember, I was using 1 minute to dip these lower lows or these potentials. There goes another reset in this area here of 5 minutes here. And then we have another one here. So this is one. Let's just say this one, you probably would have caught it, but let's say you catch this. This is where you catch the ticker. You take off that one. So now your potential averages, there goes one, there goes two, there goes three. So if you want to average into the 5 minutes, you use the 1 minute to average the reset. So remember how this, oh, what is the right one? So this is one. So what I'm saying is because sometimes 5 minutes going to reset and 1 minute is going to reset twice, while 5 minutes is only resetting one time. It's why it's so confusing when you're using the FETSO or how you're using the momentum because there's just so much going on. You have to not just depend on one, but depend on two. Sometimes not depend on two, but depend on three. Sometimes not depend on three, but depend on the one, and then skip two to depend on those two. And it becomes a little complicated to people to understand how to attack things. So what I'm saying is, if you go here to 5 minutes, my interest still could have been this, this, and this. I'm gonna take off this one because obviously it's running on heat, but it actually show a higher low reset. This is the second one, but it show a 1 minute reset. So that could have been still been dipping for me, even though 5 minutes was on heat. So what I'm saying is, this is one, this is two, this is three, this is four. Now it's coming down to 4%. But what if, oops, but what if you want to dip a little heavier because a little heavier because after our this coming in one, it held pretty nice. You have this reset here of 5 minutes over higher low. Because think about it. This is one, this is two, and this is three. We're talking about it dipped 215. The next one was 218. The next one was 222. And guess what happened up? Boom, it pops. So higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Remember, 5 minute high, we set it at 214. The next one was a 218, and the last one was a 222. Overall, you're dipping into higher lows. And this is what I mean. You have the potential to dip in higher lows. Sometimes it's going to be 5 minutes, sometimes it's going to be 1 minute, but you have to use multiple time frames to potentially have an idea how to dip because you cannot dip 1 minute if you're looking at if 5 minutes is downtrend, because the thing is like, look, this is one. Just know that the zigzag that's happening in 5 minutes is the uptrend and downtrend in FETSO that's happening in 1 minute. So if you would have dipped this, for example, right, we're gonna put that on white, and we're gonna go back here into 1 minute. As you can see here, this white one, it's resetting, but not fully. And if it's resetting, you have to jump up. Let me see where it's sitting. What is this? What is going on? What is showing me this messy stuff on my screen? I don't get it. Showing me that something's showing this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not showing Paul. That's crazy. What's up with these lines in my screen? They just pop up randomly. So as you say, you mentioned here uptrend screens. And I hope someone's not trying to mess with my computer. You're probably right. You think so? I don't want to mess with stuff. Just clear all drawings. Yep, you're right. I just clear all that. Something new I learned today. Cool. I didn't want to mess around because I didn't want to just kind of cancel this share screen for no reason. So so when it comes to dipping the 1 minute, as you can see here, you have to use higher time frames to get an idea when to dip, how to dip, and so on and so on. Let's go back to a ticker that potentially, let's go to Chrono, or actually let's go to ACV because ACV was an amazing one that we did. No, you wait for lower highs. Yeah, you don't need to enter right at the second that I say it. And I mean, you can base how I say it, right? If I say dip and ride or wait for 1 minute reset, I'm giving you two options to attack this ticker. And when I say 1 minute reset, it's because I usually say, please attack 1 minute reset if you want a safer approach. Because a safer approach is just in 1 minute reset, you're not attacking fully in. But if you dip a ride, you have a higher risk because you're dipping, but you're not going to miss a run if he wants to run up that profit at the market open. If he runs market open profit, you run into nice profit. But the thing is that if you dip in only 2% in and he runs profit so fast, your profit is going to be small, but you have to accept it that that's all you got. And you move on because the patterns here is the same thing. It's the same pattern for you to be able to do things. So we're gonna go to Aurora, and you're gonna see here how many dipping opportunity this ticker gave for 1 minute. This is how many opportunities here it did. And sometimes, like I said, it didn't even give much because the reset was so quick. And if you look at it, this thing even run profit where 5 minutes didn't even give you opportunities to dip. So what I'm saying is sometimes you will have to go dip into a lower time frames to have a potential for more, right? When this ticker was alerted, as you can see here, it gave dips, except that D never came down to a price action. But if you wanted to if you wanted to dip this potential, this is one, and this is two, this is three, and this is four. Because resets are not always on floor. Resets are also midway recoveries. Those are resets. And when there's midway recoveries or resets, meaning when momentum recovers in the midway, that is because a higher time frame is in control. If a higher time frame is in control, you're gonna have a hard time getting to 1 minute resets. And that is when you start. I mean, that's whenever I'm like, you dip and ride. Because if you don't dip and ride, you're going to miss the whole movement. And then I give you the opportunity with the risk, right? You safer approach 1 minute reset, or you dip and ride so you don't miss the move. What I do is by the time that I unlearn it, it's because any ticket that I alert, I'm in. I'm always in it. If you hear me an alert for mine, it's because I'm in it. I won't alert something if I'm not in it. And most times, as you know, oh, well, you will probably won't know, I think. But whenever I alert something, it's because I'm already inside the ticker. So we're not trying to I'm just trying to doubt yourself, and I let someone else get in while I'm like here trying to figure it out if I should be in or not. No, I want to make sure that I have my focus as well as you guys. So if I'm alerting something, or it's because I'm in it. So what I'm saying is they're expected to alert for that ticker as well later in the day that I'm locking profit. So what I'm saying is what you're gonna get from me is what I've been alerting at the day. So if I'm alerting here, you can always bring tickets for me to help you reap potential. But most of the times, if that thing runs profit, it's gonna be on you because that's not where I'm at. I'm focused on what I'm trading. So if what I'm trading, that's where you're gonna be like, hey, look, I'm locking profit here. Or, hey, look, I'm still holding, but I'm looking for a higher high still. Or hey, look, it still has potential. I'm still holding certain percentage. That should show you to give you the idea that I'm in the ticker and I'm looking for some more, meaning that you should have that same plan that okay, he's still in there, he's still looking for more, let me wait for he's still looking for more, let me wait for a 1 minute reset so I can potentially dip a ride in and run some profit real quick. So what I'm saying is sometimes when I alert something, I give dip and ride a 1 minute reset because I don't want you to miss the move. And as you can see here, this thing, it would have never given in the move other than this one. Now let me show you here a potential of a dip and right, or if you wanted to dip and get it in and out. This is a 5 minutes reset right here, right? And if you wanted to dip into this just to dip it and get out and do a quick scalp, and you wanted to dip that 5 minutes reset and exit the 5 minutes heat, this is what your plan comes in. You see how this thing reset and it still runs heat, but it never run a higher high. Instead, it did a lower high. Even then, that could have been your quick scalp. How you would have been able to attack this ticket with just 1 minute reset. 5 minutes reset came out, right? You interested in that 5 minutes just to give you some profit on the 5 minutes based on the action. You're not going to overstay because you're not sure if it wants more or if it wants lower down until it runs midday, or until it potentially holds 2 5 minutes reset and it holds strong, so on and so on. So how are you going to be able to tell if you want to attack this 1 minute reset? The 5 minutes coming in. Now your plan is to jump into the one. We put the line here where the 5 minutes reset it at. There goes one. And I'm gonna show you here. Like I said, quick scalps. There goes one. This is a 1 minute reset into the 5 minutes resetting as well. There goes two, and here goes three. Because this is a midway recovery with a higher low push. So far, 3%, right? And your entry would have been about an average of 280, 260. So 1045, 1040, 1034. And let me see where 5 minutes run heat at. It runs it here. So you can be scalping this position into an exit soon. And like I said, in and out. Most of the times are in and outs. And as you know, whenever I even alerted the secret that I was avoiding everything because I wasn't sure about the market conditions and all that. And I knew if something pushed real beautifully and the market opens, there's a good chance that it will have to consolidate or it will flush throughout the day. So I wanted to kind of avoid that because with the election coming up and we really sure was gonna, there's a lot of things going on. You have to respect that. You have to respect that the market is. So exiting here in the 5 minutes. Remember, 5 minutes can give you a higher high or it can give you a lower high. Your discipline here is how you're looking at things when you're exiting things. So your discipline becomes important of exiting. Remember how I was mentioning that you would dip in 1 minute just to scalp the 5 minutes reset. Even here, I'm gonna take this one out and I'm gonna take this one out. Let's say you wanted to dip the 5 minutes reset, you do 2%, 2%, and you go down to 4% of your account, right? So so far you dipped twice in this dip because 5 minutes was resetting. And if you look at the 5 minutes now, this is what the 5 minutes reset at, right? And if you go back to 1 minute, this is where your dip potentials would have been at into the 5 minutes reset. And your average would have been at least under the 1030. When 5 minutes looking at it, right? Runs heat right here. Because this is heat. It's whatever exit it is your exit. Because you're looking for a quick scalp. Once you exit that, that becomes your profit take into what? 1130. That's almost a dollar run. A dollar run, even into the $11, that still would have been a nice profit run under 1030. Because looking at the 5 minute, that thing was already stretching up. If you were looking at it live, think about it like this, right? Let's take it off real quick. You see this? Let's take it off right there. You see that stretch? That's already showing that it's already running heat here. And it's showing my exit potential because you don't want to risk, pulling back down, which is what it did after that. So you dip in this, this the little action. You see how this 5 minutes resetting now. You dip in this action and you exit in what? Into that heat. Once you exit that heat, you can repeat again into the 5 minutes again. You wait for the 5 minutes to come back down. There goes right there. And you guess what happened? You keep dipping the average. See what happened here? And it becomes real tricky. But now let's go back to a higher time frame. High time frame is fully downtrending. 30 minutes is fully downtrending. It's why that that 5 minutes, the 1 minute dipping was supposed to be an in and out. Because if you overstays on a 30 minutes downtrending potential here and the momentum, you're gonna get caught into an into a selling potential. So overall, like based on in and outs and how action is, those of 1 minute reset, it's how you're looking at it 4 hours, 1 minute. And I think SMD did better. Yep, I think this one did way better 1 minute resets. We're gonna go over this last one and we're gonna call it a day. Because this one it was pushing nicely too. Yep, even this one. See how this one is almost the same thing as Chrome ACV. You get no opportunity to dip. Is why sometimes you either have to dip and ride or push the potential. But even overall, midway recovery here, midway recovery in this actually right here, and he just keeps pushing up. This is just when you pretty much dip the potential. And what I mean by dip the potential is because I was looking at a higher time frame. This is whenever he pushed. Remember the price movement was this whenever we were trading it. And as you can see, 4 hours downtrending, so it just became a downtrend potential after that. But whenever I was trading it, I was trading the potential of this. This is why I even mentioned dip and ride, because if you miss this, you're not gonna get your 5 minutes reset, none of that. And when you get a 5 minutes reset, you're gonna see here, because I don't even think none of these ones that I already gave nice 5 minutes reset other than dip and ride. Okay, last one. Come on. Yep, there goes. This is a nice one. Okay, this is an option, right? And remember, this is another one that I said 1 minute reset. We're gonna put the 1 minute reset. There goes one here. There goes two here. And there goes three here. And if you wanted to go and dip, dip a little hard, stronger, then you would have, this thing faded. So, like I said, it was kind of a little confusing into the dipping area. But anyways, there goes three, right? You have three dipping opportunities here of 3%, and it's all based how strong, how much you're dipping into the ticker. You can be dipping 1.5%. What I meant is if you're dipping 1,000 shares, and in total, right, and you're dipping 10% per 1,000 shares, that's 100 shares. So you do 100 shares per 1 minute, per minute. That's just how you want to break it down. Or you can even do you can do 100 shares, and when you're making your higher lows and it's holding your potential nice and it's showing for more, you can start dipping in a little heavier. And that gives the plan that you can start having the potential into whatever profit you run. So what I'm saying is, so far this showing 3% in, right? And what I'm remember how I mentioned 3 to 8%. The prior ones that I was showing, we got into 4. We will even make it to 5% in. If you were looking at the tick, you can make it between 4 to 5%. There are others that was gonna, you're gonna go in about 8%, and then it's gonna run your profit. And there are others who's gonna be at 3% and it's gonna run your profit. There's others who's gonna be at 5% or 6%, and they're gonna run your profit. It just all depends what's the opportunity given to you and how you're willing to trade the ticker or how deep you're willing to go in it. But as you can tell here, whenever momentum and all that is it's happening, right? Ones are gonna give you 1 minute resets, others won't. It's why plans change. One is going to be a dip and ride and a 1 minute reset. Another one won't. Another one's going to be a dip and ride and risk without the 1 minute reset, because it's not going to give you the opportunity if you miss the trade. And it's just how you're breaking down things. It's just it's different factors, different plans. Momentum is not the same. Action is not the same, and it's breaking down to many many factors. If anyone has any questions, please, you can type it down. I'll still answering them after this because I'm gonna post my weekend since I already have it. I just gotta post it up. But remember, 1 minute reset, Robinson. It's whenever momentum resets, and when I mean resets, it's when K comes down and flips sides, like K flips over D, and it's the same thing when it's over. When K flips under D, that's heat. When K flips over D on the downside, that is reset. So 1 minute resets is how you trading things, how you potentially or how the opportunities are given to you. Some tickets won't give you the opportunities, and for example, this one gave you three, right? LPTX, LPTX gave you about, if you wanted to dip it, it gave you about five chances, five, six chances of dips. We got see you tomorrow, brother. And then you have some other ones like what is it? CYA. This one ran massively, and then let me see. Yeah, this one's nice. He ran nicely too, and he just kind of faded into it. So we're gonna put it here, and yeah, like this one didn't even give Reese's, but look, it's completely ran. So if you wanted to attack this ticker, you would have just dip and ride because it's an uptrend position here or uptrend push. And by the way, this is a long-term ticker that I went over many times here in the chat. And if you think about it, this ticker has been on my mind since $3, $4. And CVAT's another one that's in my mind that should push an uptrend real soon based on the action that's happening. So I'm gonna see here, there's a lot of action going on here. So we're gonna go to monthly. Monthly, super bullish. So we can, I mean, the monthly, based on the monthly, we're looking at the 930, 940 into $6. And this is an area that has hold since 2013. So what I'm saying is a lot of buyers are showing in this area for a long-term play. This is a ticker that should at least correct or reverse into $6, $7, even $10 in the future. Based on the even on the quarterly, looking at quarterly. Like I said, this is a long-term ticker play. If this thing wants to run and run, it can still run. Because if I were to clear these pictures here, let me chart layers out. You have the draws. You're gonna see here the interest of buyers. How do you zoom out? Okay. Yep. This right here is level 5. Like I said, it's you ran it before, but look, it still wants to run it again. And based on this action, it's been a whole month of consolidation. So I mean, it's ready to reverse back, at least to the like I said, it has a huge range, but the higher high it's about $5, and after that it can run, like I said, $11 and $24. But that's just way, 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 way later. But what I'm saying is, for now, we're looking into $6. That should be happening real soon, and we should be able to tell and see what happens later. So for now, this is gonna be here today, guys. I will be yep, CBAT. But CBAT is my baby. He's actually been holding pretty good. He hasn't been dying off on us like Genius, GNUS. Well, I'm not aiming on GNUS. I think it's just a dying thing. But other than weekly, you can see here, it's a nice build up. I like the monthly. It's what I like. I like the monthly, the quarterly. See, this monthly is showing, man. This thing can just go boom again. So for now, this is what we're waiting on. It's just for this to pop a higher high. Because look at it. That's what it did. It popped a higher high. It just didn't break it. So the intention here is to pop the higher high. And if we look to CYH, this one took a while as well. CYH has been here in a while, so we're gonna see. We're gonna go back to monthly. You see what I mean? A long consolidation can mean a long-term play. This one's even showing for more. This thing is showing to run. It's gonna run like 13 or 12. So this is another one that can be a long-term play. And by the looks of into the this is monthly. Monthly, yep. I'm talking about this is a long-term play like Neo. As you can see here, Neo. We're gonna go back to Neo here. You see Neo. This is the monthly. Neo had run a bullish momentum. So when it comes to I think a person asked about Neo here. A good intro for Neo, like I was mentioning with the member earlier, will be the market open, dip it and get out, or avoid it. Like just avoid it. Don't try to dip Neo anymore. This thing is just ready to pull back anytime soon. And by the looks of it, just oh man, this thing is scary. The weekly just scary. Just you can keep dipping it, but I'm saying, it's just it's at this point that you gotta leave it alone. Even if it keeps pushing, it can become, it can really backstab you and cut you a falling knife because Tesla is not doing good right now. And Neo is only being based on hype. There's a lot of hype around it. And I'm already starting to see all these people on Facebook saying, "Hey, it's a good time to buy Neo. Hey, I think I'm gonna jump on Neo." And then, "Hey, is Neo good time to drop to dip right now?" And then we're gonna see something like that because people wanted to, dip at the last minute, the last minute things. But overall, uh, for Neo, it's at this point, it's just best to avoid it, so you don't catch a falling knife with it. But other than that, another one long term is Peck, because you can see Peck, has a monthly uptrend. That's a monthly uptrend, and it's slowly climbing. And this thing, whoa, it did a 26, and it has done huge wicks, $14 runs. I'm talking about this thing is ready to do another one of over $10. And I'm definitely gonna be ready on that because this is my long-term play. I did not lock pick when I did when I alerted that I was gonna lock in $8, but I was gonna lock in 8 and redip because this is obviously that's gonna go up and down until it just does another pop. But overall, this thing has a nice uptrend position, long-term play. You can even end up paying into the $15 based on what it's doing. But this is, like how tell I use high time frames by using lower time frames to dips and going into lower time frames to average in from what I see on higher time frames. So know that I don't stick to one. I go to weekly, monthly, quarterly, daily, 4 hours, 30, 15, 1 minute, 5 minutes. I'm all over the place. If you're stuck in one, you're gonna have a hard time figure it out what a ticker wants to do or how it wants to do it. So always move around, don't stick in one, jump to high time frames if you have to. It helps you because it's obviously that's how you're gonna be able to tell if it's a good long term or if you caught an off sellout because like I said, it goes from news, a ticker popping on news, a ticker popping on momentum, a ticker popping on based on hype, and you got so many factors. It's not just the market doesn't move just on one thing, and it's why many people have a hard time because the market has so many factors to consider a trade. And it takes time to understand how it moves around because if not, you can complicate your mind and be stuck into one place. If you don't think outside the box, so it's always good to think outside the box. Never be like, okay, this is my way, and I'm just gonna stick to this. Let me explain you something. If you stick to something and it's not working out, yes, I will do that, Paul. And if you don't take, oh, okay, I forgot what I was gonna do. But let me see, which one was the APPS? Let me see APPS here, 4250. Oh, this is a nice uptrend. Anybody looks at it is looking for more. That's a monthly play. We're gonna see here. Yeah, but it looks like we should be running. That's a strong momentum, brother. And he just ran the higher high, so it can still run at least 45. Yep, it can still keep running more on the volatility. Yeah, that's insane. But like this is another that I like the momentum on this one. It should showing potential for a little bit more, at least for one more candle. One more candle does mean higher high of $45 based on the range that is coming huge. So it does have the potential for one more candle pop, meaning one more higher high. And after that, it's best to leave it alone because it's sitting on heat. It's daily. Look at daily. It's beautiful. Daily's looking for, like I said, a nice higher high push of $45. But overall, it's showing a nice uptrend. But at the same time, it is also showing that he is gonna probably pull back and consolidate, and that could also mean that you can be stuck here for months if you don't if you want to overstay in things. So by the looks of it, yeah, no, this it just, I mean, it's just this is where I just avoid the whole thing. And if I'm gonna trade it, I'm gonna trade it based on this action that's happening here but I'm not gonna go too back because the momentum, like what's happening here is if you're risking this and momentum wants to downtrend, you could end up downtrending way heavier. I mean, way heavy. What keep saying heavy? It's way heavier into 34. But for you to be tight, it will be best to 39. If it wants to keep pushing up, that would be the overall risk is the 39. Because think about it, I also use momentum to put my risk. So if momentum is bullish while it's holding 39, that means that when momentum crosses, price will also fall. And if price falls under 39, that also means that the Fed will cross and it starts switching sides. Now that means that it's in downtrend potential now. So this is why you have to chase up a little bit, pushing, because if sometimes it's not even just the candles that you're chasing the momentum and you're chasing the potential not to cross over. Because if a certain price action crosses over, that also means that the momentum crossed over. And if the momentum is on heat and price action crossed over, then what does that mean? That you're gonna have to wait for example WKH. This is one, whenever daily reset, it's actually pushing real nicely. So week WKHS, it's already showing a reverse potential, but this is what happens. You will have to wait for the daily to reset, so you can potentially, either get your money back or run profit if you average in at the right place at the right time. So what I'm saying is most times my stop losses is not just because of a previous low or pre-market low and so on and so on. I'm actually using the FETSO as my stop loss, and I'm predicting a certain price action crossing. That if it crosses that price action, it also means that the momentum will cross for me. So if the momentum crosses for me, that is also telling me that it's a change of direction and it's not longer in my favor. Yep, after 45, it will be best to play put. But if you're gonna play put, you cannot get puts 2 weeks or 3 weeks in time. You have to get them at least a month to 2 months. Because remember, when it goes down, it consolidates the support and it goes up. When it goes up, it consolidates the resistance and then it goes down, right? And it's almost the idea. You don't want to be stuck in that consolidation and your contracts are getting eaten up. You got to make sure that when it's done and it's showing like, especially when it's pushing now, it's pushing out APPS. APPS is pushing now. Sorry about my kid. I think she got hurt. APPS is pushing now. So what I'm saying is the first red candle you see again, when you see the first red candle, that's already showing you that the sellers are coming in. Buyers are getting weak, and that is already giving you the idea that it's time for you to start dipping the reverse, because it's showing buyers strong here. That's already showing potential for more, right? Like I was showing you 45. But whenever you start seeing that the day that it closes in a red candle, for example, it goes green, 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 and you see red, goes boom. And it goes green, 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 and goes red, and then like the first red here, and then it falls down. So that's what I'm saying is when you start seeing the first red candle, that is showing you that sellers are coming in, buyers are getting weak, momentum should be shifting, and that's when you can go with puts. You don't want to, you don't want to dip right now when it's showing potential for some more. But candles is also used for selling and potential seeing or what he wants to do. But other than that, I like this boys chat that we had. It was pretty long, so it's gonna be a lot of information for all the members that didn't get to be here with us. But starting next Sunday, we'll be trying to see if I can do like some special information given out or something like that that can benefit the members that do come in and show up. Um, so for now, I guess this is what gonna be. It's about 2 hours long. That's good though. All right, team. This is gonna be for today. I will be, posting this on YouTube. And like I say about the market is so big, you would talk for days. I had a met with me and one of my best friends here. I don't know if you're seeing Mason guy. Me and this guy, we have spoken for days over things. And I'm talking about like days after days after days, and it just never ends because the confusion just adds up as you start learning things. The confusion also adds up as it's you start heading in. So the more you learn, the more you'll be confused, but the more you put in, the less you'll be confused with time. With time, this is just all time. But all right, team. I wish you a good weekend, and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Peace.